The biggest headlines, the voices, the moments driving SFR BTR forward. Give us less than 10 minutes. We'll take you inside SFR BTR, your new weekly must-have habit. Wrap up your week inside SFR BTR. New episodes drop every Friday on EverResi Media and wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Inside SFR BTR for Friday, February 13th, 2026. I'm Gregory Frank, along with Ryan Saturday. This week's show is sponsored by Renew Property Management, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Coming up, with the administration's executive order, both creating uncertainty and opportunity, Zonda's Kimberly Byrum leads industry leaders David Howard, John Isakson, Matthew Putterman, and Ed Steffelin in a critical conversation on policy, capital, and the future of build to rent. And it wouldn't be Valentine's Day without some romantic news. We're excited to welcome Adriana and Roberto Castillo and Built Together, an EverResi original series sharing how couples build businesses, families, and lasting legacies side by side. On Inside the Vendor Network, Yvonne Kenny sits down with Crystal Saturday to talk health, discipline, and mindset, and how losing 70 pounds in 7 months transformed her life and built a following of over 78,000. And then we head off to Texas Hill Country with North Point's executive team. We've got a great show for you today. Let's get started.
Because again, I think the president has been very clear and correct in his claims that the problems facing the housing market really have to do with a lack of supply. We just aren't building enough. And so to be public about that, as the president has, and not support something like build to rent that actually brings more housing online seems inconsistent. So for that reason and others, I actually think that build to rent's going to come out of this as a big winner. I think it's going to come out in really good shape. We need to, again, wait and see how that exemption actually reads. There's a lot that's going to go into it. There's a lot that needs to be considered. For example, are we talking about newly constructed communities?
So John, turning to you, and considering this ban, is that impacting your plans for development and your pipeline?
Well, it's impacting us in the sense that it has made capital more difficult. We certainly have had more questions from investors and lenders who are looking at the confusion and the lack of clarity in the market when they're making their decisions to move forward. And that's that's an industry-wide problem inside of BTR and SFR. From an operational standpoint, no. Nothing in the executive order or in the proposed legislation is backward-looking. So all the deals that we have in place today, we have every confidence that we'll be able to move forward, complete them, lease them up, operate them. So from an operating standpoint, no. But from a forward-looking standpoint, yes, this is causing a lot of issues.
Great insight.
And that lock and leave lifestyle is attractive to some people. And you look across different demographic, if you just focus on age solely and then can go from there, single or married or with kids or with pets. BTR offers the institutional rentership experience of an apartment, which so many of these residents are used to. And if they're delaying home ownership for a period of time, or if they're just, maybe not even engaged in the idea of home ownership, they've gone from this first-rate multifamily experience and expect the same in their home renter experience. Mm-hmm. And maybe historically that option wasn't there and they were relegated to a privately owned home rental in their respective town. Now they've got a more professionalized experience, either on an individual one-by-one scattered basis, or for the subject matter here, inside of a rental community.
So tell us a little bit about what is Built Together. What are you envisioning?
Yeah, it's a conversation with not only between us of what's been successful, tricks of the trade, things that we've done over the course of the years as we've grown. And so what we envision is we're not the only ones. Every couple, everybody has somebody that they're working and navigating through this life like that.
We're super excited for their program Built Together, launching here our newest podcast on EverResi Media.
We are excited to announce the launch of the next original series podcast on EverResi Media.
Hosted by two longtime industry leaders who met back in high school. They're proving you can build careers, partnerships, and a legacy together.
Please welcome Roberto Castillo and Adriana Castillo, the partnership behind Built Together.
To mention, Ryan, this is our Valentine's Day edition. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so what a great opportunity to welcome to the EverResi Media platform our first and only podcast focused on partnerships.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Greg and Ryan. We're happy to be here. We've been thinking about this for a long time. Been in the single family space since the beginning, 2011, and actually Adriana brought me into the space, to be quite honest.
Why this platform?
Yeah, I've been in real estate for over 20 years. My dad brought me into real estate when I was 17 years old. I'm currently the Chief Compliance Officer at Realty of America, one of the fastest growing real estate companies. But before that, I was in the SFR space since 2010. I worked alongside Greg Watson at McKinley Partners and 643 Capital, Street Lane, and then Roofstock.
How'd you first meet?
High school.
Yeah, way back when.
Yeah, we had a mutual friend. We met at a fall festival.
It was not love at first sight. Man, and we're here today to be able to share bits and pieces of what makes us successful.
How long have you guys been together in terms of what is the family unit, just so we get a little more insight?
Yeah, we've been married for 21 years. And we have 4 kids, one is a junior and another that is a freshman at college. And then we have our 2 younger boys aged 12 and 9.
What did the kids say about mom and dad's new endeavor?
The girls said it's about time because we've been talking about it for a long time. Our sons they're really excited too. They were asking, did you record it today? Did you record it today?
So tell us a little bit about what is Built Together. What are you envisioning?
Yeah, it's a conversation with not only between us of what's been successful, tricks of the trade, things that we've done over the course of the years as we've grown. And so what we envision is we're not the only ones. Every couple, everybody has somebody that they're working and navigating through this life like that.
Around Christmas time, I was on the floor searching for a toy, and my father-in-law was in his chair, and he says, "Crystal, are you okay back there?" And I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "You're breathing awfully hard." And I stopped and I listened to myself, and I literally was like, it scared me.
Our guest today is Crystal Saturday. She's a woman who reached a moment exhausted, overwhelmed, found herself at 225 pounds, and realizing that if something didn't change, nothing was going to change. So in just 7 months, Crystal lost 70 pounds through discipline, consistency, and rebuilding trust with herself one day at a time.
I would eat a giant family pack of Oreos in one sitting. Ryan went to the store innumerable times in the week just to get me more Oreos because the man loved me. There's no way that eating this amount of calories and sugar at 9:30 at night while sitting in the bed and then falling asleep is healthy. So I said the first thing I'm going to do is small, but it was going to be the biggest change in my life, and that was stopping the night eating. I could stack the excuses if I wanted to. Everybody with Hashimoto's has an underactive thyroid later on. You can't lose the weight, but that's not my gig. I am not one to complain and remain.
North Point's executive leadership team gathered in Texas Hill Country this week to align on their mission and 2026 strategy. Leaders called it a new founding moment, centered on one priority: owner obsession. The focus was on embedding that mindset into every decision, every process, and every interaction. At the same time, they reinforced a commitment to high performance, strong culture, and building a team that enjoys winning together. We love seeing it. Dan French and team, great job, and we hope you'll keep us updated.
Gregory and Ryan, this is North Point team. We're at Enchanted Rock, which is in Texas Hill Country. Feel like we're on top of the world. We're coming for the top of the business, and we can't get there without EverResi Media because you guys are at the top of the game as well. Appreciate what you guys do. Gregory, Ryan, thanks for all that work. Keep that content coming. It's the Content Kings. Mm-hmm. You guys are killing it. So,
thank you guys.
Let's go.
headlines, the voices, the moments driving SFR BTR forward. Give us less than 10 minutes. We'll take you inside SFR BTR, your new weekly must-have habit. Wrap up your week inside SFR BTR. New episodes drop every Friday on EverResi Media and wherever you get your podcasts.